So I looked down at my speedometer, and I was going 57 miles an hour in a 35-mile zone. And there was a police car up ahead. You're going to love what happened next. And there's a lesson in it for all of us. Welcome to Mornings with Bishop Robert. Thanks for joining me. You're always welcome here, you know. My goal is to introduce people to the Jesus they never knew, and then help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if our time together today speaks to your heart, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Also, if you join our email list, you'll get a free copy of my book, Count to One, God's Plan for Christian Unity, and you'll get Mornings with Bishop Robert sent directly to your inbox every day. There's lots of other great benefits, so click the link in the description. You'll find out all about them. Hey, I truly had no idea that I was going that fast. I mean, I wasn't in a hurry. I was just heading out to a meeting. I looked down and whew, I was surprised. So here's what happened. I slowed down. Yeah, amazing, right? And then about a mile or so later, when I actually got to the place along the road where the police were doing radar patrol, they had no trouble with my speed because, well, I wasn't speeding. Today's verse says, godly sorrow brings repentance that leads to salvation and leaves no regret. But worldly sorrow brings death. You know, when we're really sorry for something that's wrong in our lives, we stop doing it. I slowed down because I realized I was breaking the law. Now, in that situation, I made the right choice. I don't always make the right choice, but in that situation, I did. But if I had waited until the officer stepped into the street and flagged me down to the side of the road, well, I may have regretted getting the $250 speeding ticket, but I would not have been really sorry for my offense. Because there's a big difference between being sorry about something you're doing and being sorry you got caught doing it. Godly sorrow brings repentance. It occurs when I recognize that where I'm at is not where I'm supposed to be, so I turn and I move towards where I'm supposed to be. God's grace can give us the strength to overcome the hurtful and the harmful things that control us. He encourages us to come to him and ask him to take control. You know, sometimes our sin is like a massive giant, and we don't know how to fight it. But God does. The lesson of David and Goliath is that God is stronger than the giants in your life. But the time to invite him in is now. Because if you don't deal with the giants in your life, they'll have children. The godly sorrow that brings real repentance will remove sin. See, God's desire is to help us conform our lives to his standard. You can't add in Jesus without subtracting sin. Your change of belief has to lead to a change in behavior. Because godly sorrow brings repentance that leads to salvation and leaves no regret. You know, I've never known someone who said, you know, Bishop, I really wish I were controlled by abusive anger again. Ha ha, boy, those were the days. Or, boy, I sure do miss being addicted to meth. When God changes your heart and your behavior, you don't miss the sin that was destroying you. The godly sorrow that changes your life from the inside out makes you happy about the change. It doesn't fill you with regret. So here's one final point to consider. Everyone will be sorry for their sin one day. Had I decided to keep speeding, I'd have ended up sorry too. But the sorrow of getting caught in your sin won't lead you to life. Today is the day of salvation. If you've never turned away from your sin and turned to Christ, well, today's a great day to do it. And I can make you a promise based upon today's verse. If you do, you won't be sorry. Well, that's all the time we've got this morning, but before you go, can I ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and help them get to know him and his word personally and better? Would you please like this video? It'll help more people see it. And then click follow or subscribe so that you and I can get together every day. Click the link in the description and you'll get a free copy of my book and put on our mailing list. And oh yeah, one more thing. Do share this with a friend, would you? Because as you do, you're part of the team, touching more than 1 million hearts all over the world with the love of Jesus. Thank you for helping.